Cape Kennedy, Florida, June 3rd, 1965. Titan II rockets lift the Gemini 4 spacecraft into orbit. Astronauts James McDivitt and Edward White circle the Earth 62 times in 4 days, famously achieving the first ever spacewalk by an American. As part of their mission, the astronauts take hundreds of photos that offer an unprecedented view of our planet. But one particular picture attracts attention because it shows a structure that looks like a massive eye sitting in the middle of the Sahara Desert.
The astronauts spotted something that looked like an enormous 30-mile-wide circular shape, which had a center surrounded by concentric rings of stone and sand. And it looked just like a giant eye from all the way up in space. Hence, it came to be known as the Eye of the Sahara.
More than 50 years after the Eye of the Sahara was revealed to the world, it remains a fascinating enigma and a striking sight to behold. Locals call it the Kalb al-Rishat, or the Rishat structure. And this unique formation has raised more questions than answers.
The Rishat structure is located off the coast of northwest Africa in the middle of the Sahara Desert. This formation is considered to be a geological feature that is volcanic in nature. However, there is still scientific mystery to it. For example, what's so wild about this site is its spectacular fashion of concentric circles, which are total anomalies. The Rishat structure is truly one of a kind, in that we don't see anything like it anywhere else on Earth.
While the Eye of the Sahara continues to puzzle experts, in recent years, a remarkable new theory about this mysterious structure has been presented. It's believed that this location could have once been the site of a fabled island kingdom that has never been found. The legendary Lost City of Atlantis.
The story of Atlantis comes down to us from the Greek philosopher Plato. Plato describes Atlantis as a huge island, and he says that on this island was this incredibly advanced civilization. Atlantis had been founded by the gods themselves, by Atlas, and before that Poseidon, and it was ruled over by the descendants of these gods.
Atlantis is a compelling mystery to us because it's been a part of our Western society for a long, long time, and yet we've never found it. Now, recently it's been suggested that the Rishat structure, also known as the Eye of the Sahara, might be a contender for this. Not many people normally locate Atlantis in the Sahara, but that's not as far-fetched as it might sound. When you think of the Sahara now, you think of just vast sand, but it used to be a very lush green environment.
With recent scientific studies, we now know that the Sahara Desert was a tropical paradise. Up until 5,000 years ago, it had some of the largest network of rivers ever known to exist. It had the largest freshwater lake ever known to exist, which is Mega Lake Chad. There is evidence of sea life. Mollusks have been found in and around the Rishat structure. There are massive salt deposits, which is evidence that the ocean had once settled and later evaporated there. So the Sahara Desert as we see it today, and the area around the Rishat structure, is simply not what it was in prehistoric times.
But even if the Eye of the Sahara was really the site of Atlantis, then it begs the question, what happened to the ruins of the city? Because no remnants of ancient buildings have ever been found at this location. Some believe the answer may lie in Plato's account of the fall of Atlantis.
Plato describes this amazing, sophisticated city, and yet the more they acquired, they were not satisfied. They kept reaching, until, according to Plato, they incurred the wrath of the gods.
What's interesting is that the Eye of the Sahara is approximately 250 miles inland off the Atlantic coast. And what's so fascinating is that when you look at it from space, you can see clear evidence of catastrophic water erosion. These massive striations that anyone can see. This shows that a force of water that goes far beyond anything we ever thought was possible bulldozed right over the Eye of the Sahara, going from east to west to the Atlantic Ocean, which matches that Atlantis was said to have been destroyed in a cataclysmic water event. So if the ruins of Atlantis were to be found, it's going to be off the Atlantic coast.
If Atlantis was a real thing, if we perhaps discover it someday, which we may, of course, we could learn a lot from that. It would change our knowledge about the past. The story of Atlantis, this Sahara civilization, could be almost an origin story for human civilization, certainly in that part of the world.